So I wanted to talk about what happened in Ohio recently, how Ohio decided to basically codify abortion rights, and then I stumbled across a FreedomToons video, this one right here, that it's called Ohio Voters Be Like. So I've never been impressed by FreedomToons, so I just have to wonder what kind of madness I'm in for right now, you know? I have no idea what we're gonna have to see. So let's go ahead and see. Cinderun says, is this classic WoW, and do you need heals? If so, this is classic. We are on hardcore, though, still. My warrior is at 36 on hardcore. Somehow I'm not dead yet. I've been very, very lucky. Very lucky indeed to not just keel over and die. But no, let's go ahead and take a look at this video, see what we're working with.
How can you be okay with this? It's disgusting.
It's just a part of life.
Yeah, grow up, you big baby.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of dumb babies.
I hate babies like you.
Yeah, screw those babies.
Down with babies. Down with babies. Down with babies.
Why does this feel like a really, really bad Family Guy skit? Like, this feels like what happens when the writing staff for a Family Guy episode has just gone, we need a cutaway. We need some type of filler cutaway. I have no idea what we're going to make. Quick, let's get ChatGPT to make one for us. Down with babies. Yeah, of course it sounds like parody. It's FreedomToons. It's FreedomToons. The entire shtick of FreedomToons is to try to make a point in favor of typically libertarianism. Like conservative libertarianism through the use of cartoons. Dude has almost 1 million subscribers doing this too. It's not that he's untalented, it's that talents are being used largely for bad propaganda.
I'm sick and tired of them. Today is the day we finally fight back against those babies. We're going to war with those babies. Yeah! Why are you gonna show women these ultrasounds? Because of how some stupid baby feels?
And why do you have to search for a heartbeat?
You're right. I hate listening to those babies.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what these two pieces are. These two little pieces of evidence that have been thrown out. So the reason that doctors try to do the ultrasound there, if you go in and you say like, hey, I really, really need to get an abortion. I don't need to have a child. A doctor might perform an ultrasound to see what the health of the fetus is like so they can figure out which type of abortion they need to do. Do they get to use the pill? Do they have to use the vacuum method, which doesn't happen that often anyway? Which version of abortion do they have to go for in order to take care of this right now? So when they're doing that, though, the let's show the ultrasound thing, this is actually a manipulation technique. This one right here is a manipulation technique. It is an attempt to dissuade a would-be mother from actually going through with an abortion by showing the fetus and going, but look at this not baby. One day it could be an baby, and then you'll be sorry when it becomes an baby. Don't you understand that? Don't you know that? This might one day be an child. That's the point of it. A doctor does not need to show the would-be mother, the person who's pregnant, a doctor does not need to show them the ultrasound in order to make a determination on what needs to be done for the health of the mother, in order to make a determination on the method of abortion that needs to be done. Showing it is purely for the sake of making a person feel bad so that they are less likely to do an abortion. If you feel like that kind of manipulation technique is okay,
best deals in all of
then that's
Stormwind,
entirely on you.
Won't
But
find
I
any better.
don't really
Now,
think
what can
that
I
that
help you
is
with?
an okay thing to do. I think if somebody has made the decision to have an abortion, you as the healthcare provider, all your job is at that point, all your job should be is to go, okay, here's the safest way we can do this procedure. Not, how do we try to change this person's mind? How do we insert our own morality into this? The other part here, the looking for the heartbeat thing. So the rhythmic beat that is being searched for typically isn't actually a heartbeat, especially at 6 weeks. This is a piece that is trying to use the heartbeat bill propaganda, basically, and show it back to you. The idea is that, oh, well, if the baby has a heartbeat, the baby needs to be saved. But what we see there isn't typically a heartbeat. Most of the time, when it comes to whether somebody should have an abortion, typically you're going to see rhetoric about viability of fetus, whether a fetus is viable, and that is whether or not we should save it. Now, I had a disagreement with other content creators who are friends of mine over what the best argument for abortion was, and both of them, when they were doing their collaboration on this,
they'll get you there fast.
Okay, I don't need to hear what you have to say. Both of them were of the opinion that the strongest case that can be made for abortion is in fetus viability. And I tried to point out, me and Ocean both tried to point out, that is not the strongest stance. The strongest stance is the autonomy of the woman, the freedom of the woman. Because if you speak about it through those lenses, then rhetoric like what happens on FreedomToons, the libertarian rhetoric, it falls flat. Because now, in order to maximize freedom, we need to allow a woman to be able to have an abortion if she needs to, or a pregnant person, whatever language you want to use for this. It doesn't matter. Y'all understand what I mean when I say the words that I say, and if you don't, that's a problem to fight about in the comment section. Figure that out amongst yourselves. The reason that fetus viability is a weak talking point is because fetus viability was already a middle ground. Fetus viability was already a compromise that was brought about, ironically, a compromise that was birthed for the purpose of making it so where Republicans would be okay, in theory, with some abortions happening. Here's the thing. They had that ground for long enough, and now with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the fetus viability is not the conversation anymore. It stopped being the conversation ages ago. Now it's about heartbeats, even though the rhythmic shit that's happening at 6 weeks isn't heartbeat. That isn't actually a heartbeat that's happening there, because a heart, as we understand it, hasn't been formed yet. Now the conversation is about, oh, should a woman be forced to birth a child even if it's a rapist's baby? If the conversation had been kept entirely around women's rights, around the right to bodily integrity, the right to bodily autonomy, then the conversation about fetus viability wouldn't have been able to slide into where we are right now. But some people deludedly think that that's actually the realm we need to go. And I hope cartoons like this existing can show you why that realm is useless. That area of conversation is worthless. The only purpose of the, oh, well, 21 weeks is viable, that's when we have to worry about stopping abortions. The only reason that that argument works even a little bit is as a final compromise to try to eke out a couple more rights for women. That's it. That's all it is. But let's go ahead and continue. What else do we have here?
I vote pro-choice just to stick it to those dumb babies.
Nobody actually thinks this, by the way. Nobody thinks that they vote pro-choice to stick it to children. The only people who are trying to stick it to children, honestly, are Catholics.
Here at Planned Parenthood, we're doing everything we can to get these babies out of here.
We've had enough! Enough!
We've had enough, babies.
Guys, we did it! Abortion is legal up until birth in our state!
Yeah, that'll show him.
No.
Cool. That's actually a good thing. Honestly, here's the reason why that's a good thing. If you are going to have the stance of maximum freedom, then I should have maximum freedom over what goes in my body, what grows in my body, what is in my body, period. I don't care who or what the thing is in my body. If I don't consent to the thing being inside my body, then it shouldn't be in my body. That's how we maximize freedom. Okay? Honestly, if you want to view a fetus as collateral damage, in order to allow that to happen, in order to allow that maximum freedom of a person's body, of their bodily integrity, of their bodily autonomy, then sure. I've used stand your ground as an argument as well. People like stand your ground, the ability to just shoot somebody if they happen to be on your property and you don't want them to be there, and there's no questions asked because it's castle doctrine. Then I think the same thing should be able to be applied to your body. If you can shoot somebody in your home because of castle doctrine, I don't see how your body isn't literally just the home of your brain, and abortion isn't just shooting the invader.
Oh.
Aw, is the widow baby gonna cry?
Hey, baby talk, get him!
Huh?
What? But he's
Honestly, that one's actually kind of funny. So, just to give credit where it's due, it is propaganda. It is stupid. But it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny for them to just be extremists to the point of going, "You sound like a baby. It's time to die."
pro-choice. Dude, it's not political. We really just hate babies. Please approve of me, please.
Jesus Christ. So no, it is political. It's not that people hate babies. It's that people honestly want maximum rights for people who are pregnant, people who have wombs. Those are the people that we want maximum rights for. We want maximum rights for everybody, ideally, but I'm just going to go and throw it out there right now. We don't give citizenship to fetuses. We literally, legally don't give rights to fetuses. Fetuses aren't fucking employees when a woman goes to work. They don't get those rights. They don't need them. They barely need oxygen.
Please approve of me.
Stop seeking human approval! Seek God's approval! Start praying! Looking for you, there's Hollow! Hollow's the number one Christian...
Oh, god damn. There's a whole fucking advertisement at the end of this. Was this tiny video just here so he could have an advertisement afterwards? So if you want to know, like, where the actual audience is for here, think about the sponsorships that are taken, right? So if you are a streamer, the sponsorships you take are largely going to be gaming related. They're going to be mobile games. It's going to be stuff like HelloFresh, because that's the stuff that Stream Elements allows for. Sponsorships like this are ones you have to seek out. So if you're looking for this kind of sponsorship, then you already know what FreedomToons is about. It's not about freedom. It's about authoritarian right-wing Christianity. That's what it is. The freedom part is a masquerade. That's all it is. But now that we've hit the advertisement, we can do two things. One, we can point out, instead of your plug, we're going to use mine. Why not go to DDLG Playground, use coupon code Suris, get 20% off anything in the store. If you don't like my content, that's fine. Go ahead and get something to go fuck yourself. You don't have to pay more money to go fuck yourself. I just want you to go fuck yourself and leave. But if you like the content, then reward yourself. Orgasm is the best reward. Anywho, we've done that part. And I'm not even kidding. That's actually a sponsorship. There might be some newer people to the channel who don't realize I'm sponsored by DDLG Playground, and that is a real coupon code, and it will really work, and it's the only creator coupon code that still works. But it is mine, and it works. So, Altfax says, you mean they aren't really a centrist? No, of course the fuck they're not. Here's another bit, though. I'm of the opinion that nobody is really a centrist. Everybody that believes they are has already fallen for the bait. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Just honestly, this entire bit is more than a little exhausting. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Everybody subscribe if you haven't already. Remember that streams are now over on the Suris live channel. And they are no longer on the main channel. That is so the algorithm does not bend me over and make sweet, not consensuals to my backside. Because YouTube doesn't like variety content. YouTube likes curated content. So in order to curate my content and be looked at better in the algorithm's good graces, we are splitting the content up in a way that hopefully works best. So live audience that is there for that, go over to Suris Live. We're also on Twitch, all that other fun stuff. There, I've plugged myself enough, I can be done. Insert end of video tagline here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video now that I've locked myself into triple time on here. And since you're here, we need to go ahead and go over the fan art section. So the first piece of fan art we have here is from Pernia saying, congrats on the Vice Rhino VTuber debut. We've corrupted him. Now all we have to do is corrupt him even further. Everybody spam Vice Rhino's comment section with Bunny Girl Rhino. By the way, if you're doing that, that also means you need to like and subscribe to anything on his channel. Those are things you got to do. The next one we have here is from Curious Nebula. Quick little pencil and pen drawing. Thank you very much. And the last one we have here is from Girl with T-Face. Cat Girl Suris from Reroll. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that all said, let's go ahead and go to the credits. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability that Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.